White House correspondent Kaylin Norwood is live now in Washington. Kaylin, the question is, what is happening now? We're less than 100 days away from the election in November, and here in Atlanta, Vice President and de facto Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris energized voters and laid out her plans for the country if she's elected. A man wanted in connection with an armed robbery from last May is now behind bars after a standoff that took place this morning. The Education Department is asking the Supreme Court to lift a nationwide block of President Biden's student loan repayment plan. About a minute ago, we heard an explosion, and this sounded like fireworks going off right behind us as crews continued to work. We all jumped and we looked, and then all of a sudden, the power came on. If you walk down this way with me, you can see that we've got a line of cars of people who either live in this area or need to pass through on their commute, and I want to get an idea as to how long people have been in line. Following breaking news right now out of Greenville, firefighters are at a restaurant in downtown, and we want to give you a live look now. The smoke that is filling the air right now is almost making it hard to breathe, so we can only imagine what some of the first responders have been through at this point. But not only the smell of the smoke in the vicinity, but the sights of the smoke. I want to show you here downtown Clinton. Nikki Haley has vowed to stay in this race regardless of today's primary results. You know, sometimes when you get up in the morning, you peek through the blinds, you see the sun, you think it's warm, right? Well,
you're wrong. You got to
tell
take
you,
down.
we've got some freezing mornings coming up. Another candidate voters will see on the primary ballot is Ryan Binkley. So today I sat down with him for a one-on-one interview where we discussed a number of topics from healthcare to current division in the country. We know the vice president is set to focus on mobilizing black voters here in Georgia, which of course is a key battleground state ahead of the election in November. September 4th, a day that will be forever ingrained in the community of Winder, Georgia.
I was in my second period when everything was happening. I can just remember the announcements going on saying that this is a lockdown, and then police came in there with their guns telling us that this is not a drill. Appalachia High School turned into a crime scene just before 10:30 Wednesday morning. Authorities say 14-year-old Colt Gray, a student, opened fire.
And I heard screaming and everything. At first, I thought it was like someone just like playing around in the hallways or something. I thought it was like someone just yelling or something. So I didn't think much of it, but then like it got harder. The noise kept getting louder and louder.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation confirming 4 people dead, 9 others injured. Out of the 4 dead, 2 were teachers, the other 2 students.
As a parent, I feel sorry for anybody whose kid was injured or anything, but we will all pull through this. This is a very tight community.
Authorities say the 14-year-old suspect was taken into custody without incident, the Barrow County Sheriff calling this an act of pure evil.
I never imagined that I would be speaking to the media in my career over something that happened today, the pure evil that happened today. My heart hurts for these kids. My heart hurts for our community. But I want to make it very clear that hate will not prevail in this county.
The GBI says Colt Gray will be charged with murder and tried as an adult. We also know that classes throughout the school district will be canceled at least throughout the remainder of the week as this investigation continues.
I always kind of sort of believed in miracles until December the 8th.
A day Kathy Gilliam almost lost her 44-year-old daughter, Tiffany.
Her supervisor called me. She said, I think there's something wrong because Tiffany's not here. So we called Tiffany and kept going to voicemail.
Tiffany was on her way to work on Woodruff Road when she suffered a heart attack. Her car headed into oncoming traffic, eventually veering off into this embankment. Felicia Hunt had a front row seat while sitting at this intersection near the Sphinx in the Five Forks area.
I immediately recognized that it was a medical emergency because she was on the wrong side of the road and people were honking at her. You could tell there were no brake lights and no turning of the wheel or anything, so you can tell that someone was not awake.
Felicia just so happens to be a registered nurse in the right place at the right time.
She was unconscious and we had to do CPR. That's when Jennifer showed up because she saw me doing CPR on the side of the road.
I was like, oh my gosh, I have to pull over. So I pulled over in the Sphinx, ran over there, and immediately started compressions because I know it's difficult to do it on your own.
Jennifer Knowles, another bystander in that moment, who just so happens to also be a registered nurse.
I pray every day to be a blessing to somebody, and I was put in the right place at the right time.
3 women, along with medics who eventually arrived, helped save Tiffany's life.
Tiffany apparently died 5 times. She was in ICU for 4 days.
But she survived, left with some memory loss, several broken ribs, and a broken sternum. Her heart still beats thanks to 3 strangers.
And I'm forever grateful for that.
Did you get a chance to meet them yet?
I haven't met them. I would love to meet them, but I have not met them.
So Kathy said she wanted to meet the 3 individuals who helped save her daughter, and little does she know, I was able to track down 2 of the 3, so we're gonna go surprise her right now. I didn't come alone. An emotional first meeting.
So good to meet you. I'm so glad she's okay.
Thanks to you guys. I don't even know what to say.
Gratitude.
You guys saved my daughter's life. The doctors told us.
God put us there in the right
I
time.
know he did.
Joining hands.
I love you guys.
Yes, yes.
We're part of the family now.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Finding a light through a dark situation.
So you guys took turn. Now, which one of you guys cracked my daughter's ribs?
Oh, bless
A life was saved and a lifelong bond was created.
One more hug.
Yes.
One more hug.
I love you guys. Love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. God is good. Thank you.
In Greenville, Rashad Williams,
Enjoy the rest of your workday.
I will.
WYFF News 4.